Hey people, CzarThwomp here, and welcome to episode 27 of Metroid Prime 2 Echoes. Last time, we obtained the remaining Dark Sanctuary Temple keys, we defeated its guardian, Quadraxis, and restored the Light of Aether to the Sanctuary. So without further ado, let's get going. Okay, anyways, at this point in the game, we virtually have almost everything that could basically give us grant us access to everything in the game. So basically, pretty much nothing is out of reach. Though we will need one more item that will truly give us full access over the world. Okay, forgot to turn the timer on. Okay. Gotta get that stash up. Yeah, but anyways, as far as damage goes, just the Annihilator Beam just runs laps around the Dark Beam. Because basically, yeah, the Dark Beam technically is stronger against light enemies. But here's the thing. The Dark Beam is just so slow that you are not going to be just rocketing with it, you know? Okay. Okay. No! Freaking robots. You had to bring in the Keybos. You had to bring in the Keybos, Umos. You had to bring in those darn Keybos. There. Okay, so anyways, let's get out of here. Okay. Yeah, we're going to want to head back to the main Yiddo room. I'm like, oh, the screw attack is unrivaled, and then basically just immediately fail to do it. It's like, hey, dum-dum, you can't use the screw attack, so you gotta go all the way back to the basics of using just using the boost ball boost. I cannot talk today. Why? Maybe it's because there's a lawnmower outside my house that one of my neighbors is using. Yeah. Okay, so anyways, yeah, that energy core, that unstable energy core that we were being told about, well, we're gonna deal with that right now. Let's go. Okay, so anyways, let's get going down here. As you can see, we got one of these doors. Okay, so anyways, okay, it was okay. Okay, then go out here. Okay, and then okay. There we go. Anyways, that will unlock a Kinetic Orb Launcher, which we can then use to boom! Okay, anyways, Power Bomb expansion. Right there. Okay. We can't do anything there. Sanctuary. Okay. Okay, so anyways, we're officially done with everything that we can do in the sanctuary for the time being. So, let's get back to the temple grounds. Because now that we have the screw attack, I guess the game doesn't want us to leave the temple. The game's like, the sanctuary's like, don't go! Yeah, Umo's hacked it. If I can delay Samus, she won't be able to come back. Okay. Yep, this is the way forward. Okay. Yeah, though out of all the locations in this game, I would say that the Sanctuary is the least impacted by the whole shifting of the whole recovery of the Light of Aether. Just because you spend a good chunk of it inside. So you don't really get to see just the fact that the rain isn't, that basically there's no more vertical rain. I mean, no more upside down rain. Rain that defies the flow of gravity. Wait, why am I doing this when I could just do boom, boom? Okay, let's sound down. As I trip over my own tongue, my tongue of rotted wood. Okay. Let's get out of here. It feels so good to get out of here. Not that I hate this place, but basically, but I would say that just it is a bit cumbersome to travel through. No, we're not gonna fight you. Yeah, but anyways, in regards to enemies that are weak to a particular beam type, they are still only weak to that beam type. If you try to hit, say, one of these guys with the Annihilator beam, just it's not gonna do anything because it's not concentrated. Or make a liar out of me. I thought it was just a pure case of concentration. Because, I mean, in terms of the doors, they're not going to open up if you hit it with the Annihilator beam. Light doors only open to light ammo, and dark doors with dark ammo. Here I was, living this lie. This horrific lie. Well, at least one lie, but at least one thing I know is true is this. The screw attack is truly an amazing way to cross gaps. Seriously, look at that gap that we just crossed. Thing of absolute beauty it is. But anyway, since we're in this part of the temple grounds, we can use this as a good opportunity to get some goodies. First off, let's get hit by that turret. Yeah, turret boosting. It's my speedrun strat. I invented it. Okay, so anyways. Okay. No, that's not the way. Actually, no, it is the way. What am I saying? This is why we have maps. To keep us on track. Okay, anyways, now that we have this, we're more than free to head over here. Okay. The Ing Wing Chamber. Not the Grand Wind Chamber, the Ing Wind Chamber. The Ing had to make it their own. The Ing didn't want to have a Grand Wind Chamber, they just wanted to they wanted their own thing, darn it. Anyways, that's not what we want. What we want is this to line up. Yeah, don't try to turn in the air when you're attempting to do a screw attack, because just it's going to mess things up. Okay. Okay, let's lock this into position. Okay, there we go. Okay, now that we have that, now we have to do the blues. Okay, get that into place. Okay. Head over here. Okay, and finally. So it's kind of weird though how they put kinetic orb launchers, yet you can't really use them. But yet you can't really use them. But yet you need to use. What am I trying to say? Actually, no. Now that I think about it, you could potentially do this if you went from the other side. Okay, look at me making things a lot more complex than need be. But I'll be honest, just the reward that we're getting from here, it's arguably not as useful as, say, basically the Darkburst. Because the thing is that the light beam in of itself is relatively strong with the charge with its standalone charge. It's not like you're ever begging for more power with the light beam. Meanwhile, the dark beam it has a slower rate of fire. So naturally, okay, there we go. It has a slower rate of fire, so naturally you want more bang for your buck. Okay, so anyways, let's get out of here. As you can see, this is a completely standalone area. No other part of Dark Aether can be accessed through it. Okay, aha, that's what the purpose of that one Kinetic Orb Launcher is. Anyways. Sunburst acquired. Essentially, the super missile version of the light beam. Yeah, now I can't help but imagine Samus just going up to an Ing and then basically just. Okay. Come on. Yeah, basically it just shoots a ball. It shoots a ball that is arguably less effective than just the standard Seeker blasts of the charged beam from the light beam. There we go. So yeah, light burst, the sunburst, not exactly so effective. But anyways, as I was trying to say, just now I can't help but imagine Samus. She tortures the Ing by using the light beam as a laser pointer. Just shine it right in their eye, blind the Ing. Okay, so anyways. Let's get going to the Sacred Path. Yeah, nothing like showing brutality to war wasps with the Annihilator beam. Just this antimatter beam. Yeah, really, this thing packs quite a punch, and it is a blast to use in the right circumstances. But, like I said before, there's a time and place for everything, and unfortunately, when it comes to the Dark Commandos, that is not the place. Look at that, we don't even need to lock on. This thing is beautiful. Hey, you like that? And on top of that, the Annihilator beam can activate both kinds of portals. So yeah, it's your go-to beam. And to make things even sweeter, yeah, that makes things sweeter when you basically get a bunch of these pricks. Okay, where are you? Aha, there you are. Okay, anyways. Yeah, I'm just gonna really concentrate on getting some light ammo right now. Aha! Knew I was missing something. Super Beacon. Beacon's energy draws Ings into destructive field. When charged with light and dark energy at once, the beacon compels Ing to approach it, despite the deadly field of energy it emits. So basically, it's a moth to the flame sort of thing. When charged with light and dark energies at once, the beacon compels Ing to approach it, despite the deadly field of energy it emits. Okay, so if we hit a regular crystal with this, it'll probably do the same thing. Okay, and now guess the remaining technology. Okay, never really thought to do that until now, I'll be honest with you. Okay. We have plenty. Okay. I just want to... Umos, come to the temple! I don't want to go to there! I want to just do the... I just want to play the game! Okay. Here's this the... Okay. And head on back to you. Here we are. And for our reward, guess who we get? The final ammo expansion. And with that, we're all good. 250 pieces of ammo. Okay, actually, there is one more thing that I'm going to need this list for. So you have to keep this out. Okay, so anyways, let's get back to regular Aether. Okay. Why can't I use you as a cheap source of energy? Why can't I use the boar wasp to my advantage? Okay. Let's get over to Umos. Okay. Really, Umos, you couldn't have installed a faster lift? light of Aether shines from all three temples once more. Now for your final challenge, Samus. You must fight me. I will kill you and restart my plans from square one. And yet Dark Aether remains. One energy controller still shines in the darkness, sustaining the world. The Sky Temple, dark shadow of this hallowed place, holds the final energy controller. The greatest and most powerful beast of the Ing keeps guard over what you seek. The 9 keys to the Sky Temple have been hidden in each land of the Dark World. Finding them will be perilous, but I offer you this blessed suit of armor, energized by the light of Aether itself. Its power will help you reach these final keys. May it serve you well in the darkness. Time for you to feel the pain. Yeah, and then Samus goes in the machine to collect the suit, and then just boom, Umo slams it shut and crushes her. That was easy. Light suit. Okay. And as you can see from that, well, I'll explain once we actually get the suit. Samus just went supernova. Light suit acquired. You can now ride along beams of light. So anyways, as stated, with the light suit, you can now teleport to any of the temples on Aether. So basically, you want to go to, do you want to go to the Agon Temple? You warp to the Agon Temple. You want to go from Agon to Torvis? Go to Agon to Torvis' temple. Just any temple you can go in. Plus any beams of light that we saw around the world, we can access. But even better yet, which we'll see in the inventory. Okay, visors, armor. The light suit is a fusion of Luminoth and Chozo Battlesuit technology. Samus says out, the suit is fully resistant to the effects of Dark Aether. The suit is also invulnerable to the effects of Dark Water. You can move through it without being impeded. The light suit is able to access the Luminoth energy transport system. You can ride these beams of light between regions of Aether. So yeah, no longer will Dark Aether hurt us. However, the light crystals, they'll continue to heal us. So basically, we have a 100% profit health recovery system throughout all of Dark Aether. Plus, the water won't be able to hurt us. So basically, it's like the normal world for us now, but arguably even safer, because, like I said, more healing options. But anyways, yeah, and then Umos, you fool, you have now downloaded some malware. Feel my crushing blow! And then just Samus starts to glitch out. Her armor seizes up. Umos! Go, my moths! Consume her! Anyways, on that note, I think that now would be a good time to end things off. I really appreciate that you stuck around to watch this episode. You're a great viewer, and I hope you come back for the next one. Like this video, like, subscribe, comment, share, do whatever that you want. With that, see you next time. Bye.